Hey, hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. I'm Lynn Huber, and I appreciate you being here today. So today we're going to talk about, are you learning from your mistakes? You know, yesterday we talked about the 5 powerful lessons you can learn from your mistakes. I've been doing this whole growth thing, well, anyway, so we're going on, we're learning from our mistakes. And so today we're going to go into that just a little bit further. So one of the qualities that we possess is the ability to make a mistake and then use it as a tool to work in our favor and help us moving forward, right? So there's going to be few, if any, days in our lives that go by where we won't make any mistakes. After all, none of us are perfect, right? Nobody is perfect. We make mistakes every day. So if we're able to evaluate what we did wrong and self-correct in future situations, that's going to make all the difference for us. That's going to help us to move forward and to grow and to become better. And so we've all heard the saying, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, right? Well, I'm sure Webster's term for insanity didn't match this phrase exactly, but it can still serve as a valuable point of reference after we make a mistake. So let's look at some of the ways that we can look at our mistakes from an unbiased view in order to ensure that we're not making the same ones over and over again, so that we can see where we're growing and maybe where we need to grow, right? So the first one is, how are others responding to our mistakes? That can be a really good indicator. You know, using the people around you, specifically how they respond to when you make a mistake that that can serve as an excellent gauge of how well you're learning from your mistakes. You know, unfortunately, not all people do a great job of forgiving others when they've messed up. All of us are a little flawed. And again, nobody is perfect, but most people do have the capacity to forgive someone for the occasional mistake, especially if it's the first time, right? So after you've made a mistake, pay attention to how the people around you are handling it. Are they quick to forgive and encourage you? Or does it seem like they're annoyed and tired of turning the other cheek, and maybe they're rolling their eyes? Hi, Karen. Good to see you. Gosh, my screen's all weird. Anyway, hi, Karen. Glad you're here. Thanks for being here. So anyway, when people, are they forgiving you quickly, or are they getting annoyed and like they're rolling their eyes, kind of like, oh crap, she's doing it again, right? That's what you want to pay attention to, because if that's what you're seeing, then there's a pretty good chance that you're a repeat offender, and you haven't acknowledged the fact that you're routinely making this mistake over and over again. And you just, nothing wrong with that. You're just not aware of it yet. You just haven't become aware of it. So catching other people's reaction, like if they're rolling their eyes or they're acting like, oh, she's doing it again or whatever, that can give you that's where you become aware. And so that's why you want to pay attention to that, right? So being aware of how they're responding gives you that excellent feedback as to whether this might be an ongoing problem for you. So the next one, do you find yourself in similar predicaments over and over again? So sometimes in our hectic schedules, we're expected to manage, it's hard to separate each individual circumstance that happens, right? Because so many things are happening at once, and we're responding to our day, and we're responding to all this stuff that's coming at us from different directions. And so in the middle of those types of circumstances, most of us rarely take the time to analyze the exact cause and the path that led to that situation. And so now, moving forward, really try to be aware of what's happening around you and evaluate that next predicament that you find yourself in, whether it's at work or at home or in your business or whatever, and ask yourself if this seems to be a recurring theme. So if you can do this, there's a good chance that you'll start to connect similar occurrences that are happening over and over again. And over time, you're going to be able to pinpoint exactly what you did to end up there. And so that's a really great way to find out where your mistakes are coming from. And then the next one, are you stagnant in certain areas of your life? So a telltale sign is that you're not learning from your mistakes, is that you're not moving forward, like you're not progressing. And in fact, maybe sometimes you're even going backwards. And it could be in one area of your life, not necessarily your whole life. It's just wherever you're, maybe that mistake is happening, or you're not doing something right, or something that I don't want to say not doing something right, because there's really no such thing as wrong, but it's just something maybe you're not doing, or you're doing something that's not in your best interest. That's the best way to say that, I guess. So make an effort to compartmentalize the various facets of who you are. You have your work you, and you have your relationship you, and you have you with your children, and compartmentalize those just so that you can pay attention to how things are happening in each of those compartments of your life. And are they each growing and blossoming in an upward trend, or do they seem to be stuck in a cyclical route of the same nature? So it's really especially important to notice if they're deteriorating, right? Which is even more damaging direction. If any area of your life looks like it's going the wrong direction or deteriorating, you want to get on that one right away. You want to figure out, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing that's not serving me? And how can I turn that around, right? But in every area of your life, undoubtedly, you're going to mess up and you're going to make mistakes from time to time. I can't stress enough that this is normal. This is absolutely normal, and it's actually good for you. It's the mistakes and the obstacles that help us grow. But if you find these components to be chronically and unchanging, or regressing even, then there's a good chance that maybe you failed to identify where you might be causing the problem. So always keep in mind that while it's totally perfectly acceptable to screw up and get off track from time to time, it's not helpful to you at all to find yourself continuously making the same mistakes or the same types of mistakes repeatedly, right? So let's clear up those repeated mistakes, and that can free us up so we can make some new ones. Because after all, it's new mistakes and new problems and new obstacles are what's going to help us grow, right? Instead of being stuck in the past or stuck in the same obstacle over and over again. So, hey, now I'd love to hear from you. What lessons have you learned from your mistakes? How do you use them to help you grow? Please get below in the comments and share with us. I would love to hear them, and I'll be sure to come back and read your comments, because I know you have great tips too, and I sure don't know it all. I mean, this is my personal development journey. I learn it, and then I share it with you. Anyway, so thanks for being here. Karen, Merry Christmas. Thanks for being on with me live, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.